Hey Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Neva. We're picking up where we left off, and I definitely didn't die in the last episode right at the end. Oh, okay, we're still being chased by thorns. Okay, good to know. So we keep moving. Oh no, Neva, we've been separated. Ah! I wonder if I could have evaded that by jumping if I knew where that was going to happen. My suspicion is not. That was probably one of those, like, you get caught in the air, sort of stuck cutscenes, but... Alright, we've got to go reunite with our pup before she goes eating something stupid. It seems like this valley has a lot of lilies of the valley. Oh, you know what? I should have looked up in between episodes what kind of poison that is. There are some really fun poisonous plants out there. Is a concerning statement to say when you're talking about the health of animals. Press B to dodge. I'm actually using right trigger, which feels a lot better for dodging. Granted, I press that button all the time for... Oh, well, I'm dumb. I press that button all the time to dodge. Actually, no. Yeah. No, B is my cast button in Hades. Never mind. They're opposite sides. So yeah, or right trigger just feels much more naturally dodge button for me here. So I'll stick to that. That way I can jump and platform at the same time. Or, well, jump and dodge at the same time. Oh, hey, Neva. Oh, you better run, pup. Run, pup. It's chasing you. Although it doesn't seem like I can climb higher, so maybe you're actually fine. Oh, that didn't sound like a good sound. Maybe Neva's gonna learn how to fight after this. Considering she kind of has to if she wants to get out of here safely, potentially. I imagine an optimization for speedrun. Oh, what an interesting attack pattern. It, like, grew a extra large hand. What I'm trying to do here is get these guys together so that I can kill them, make my attacks hit at the same time. I very much appreciate that our dash gives us iframes. That's very helpful for not dying, I will say. Okay, they have super armor when they're charging up their large attack, their large hand attack. Good to know. But again, the dodge roll on this is very, very forgiving. I wonder if we'll eventually get more HP or if this is going to be our max. Again, it doesn't feel like combat is so hard that I need more HP so much as I just need to play a little bit more carefully and not make silly mistakes like I've been doing. That Neva up there, I can't quite tell. I hear her. Oh, that is her, okay. So the question is, how do we get up there? Because these thorns are definitely blocking our way. There's a path? No, okay. I have a suspicion we have to go to the right and then come around to the left. Let's try that. Don't worry, pup. We're coming back for you, I promise. No way am I No dogs left behind, Kiwi. No dogs ever left behind. Oh, you're a mover. Maybe we eventually get like a targeted shooty type attack. Or it's just I have to get near it to make it teleport to its other location and then come back to it. Alright, looks like this is a dead end, which means Neva should be freed after taking out the face enemy. There we go. But it sure is a lot of corruption around her. It looks like we have to go to the left and clear out another path. Again, kind of reminiscent of Greece in that regard. There were a lot of, like, go to the right, then come back and go to the left sort of instances. Maybe the best way to think about these little statues that are functioning as full heals are like memorials. Not necessarily graves, but markers of memories, if you will. Alright, looks like we have a couple different enemies that we can potentially tag. There we go. It's all about the correct order of things. I really like the dodge in this, like the dash dodge type move. It feels very satisfying to use, actually. I think I'm going to say that a lot. But there's just something so, like, it's very smooth is the best way I can describe it. As someone who's played a lot of Hollow Knight, it feels very natural to use. Speaking of which, Kiwi, speaking of Hollow Knight, so we just had the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, as well as a bonus regular Nintendo Switch Direct that, felt a little out of nowhere, but if you were following the leaks, was kind of predicted. But oh my goodness, they finally announced Silksong. Like, well, okay, they didn't announce. They showed a trailer for Silksong. Silksong fans have been, like, what is it, 5 years now almost? Have been begging for anything, like a drop in the ocean of content or information for a game that they are desperately waiting for. And it was dropped as a 2-second clip, or like 3 short clips in a Nintendo Direct. Like, I don't know if that's Nintendo's April Fool's joke. They are sitting on a treasure trove of hype, and they put it as a unvoiced, like, no pomp and circumstance whatsoever, singular singular set of clips. It's just a tad disappointing, to say the least, I would say. But more important than that is just the fact that we have it. We have confirmation. Silk Song comes out in 2025, and you better believe both Kiwi and I are going to be playing that on this channel. Oh, hello. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. There are a lot of enemies here. You look like some free HP, so we're going to go ahead and attack you. We need to pay attention to this enemy on the ground, which may only attack when something dies, I think. I very much appreciate that we can heal with our attacks. But anyway, so Silk Song fans rejoice. Wily, friendly fire in summer part 2. Okay. So I guess getting an enemy to hit another enemy works. All right, Neva, it's safe. Come on. Come on, girl, you can do it. There we go. Good girl. One thing that I think is worth noting is these trees that are broken apart by the corruption, they still sort of stay connected with this like nebulous particle trail. And I wonder if that'll represent something down the road. This very much may be a thing that I do with like what I did with Greece, where I kind of take a little time between the the proper last episode of our playthrough and like my completionist, and just go back and like analyze things with Kiwi about what every little segment means. But we'll see. Like, I'm not gonna lock myself into that mentality if I have to 100% a game to enjoy it, because I feel like that kind of sometimes takes away the beauty and the experience a little bit. Just have my experience once and enjoy it for what it is. Speaking of which, ooh, are we about to get a new power? This feels like a new power potential. Let's see, can we trigger it? Doesn't seem like we can trigger it, but this is definitely something that we'll interact with soon, maybe? At the very least, we pet our dog. We gotta pet the dog at least once per episode, Kiwi. If we fail to do that, that means something really bad has likely happened. Anyway, so yeah, so we got a trailer for Silk Song, and everyone is losing their mind from what I can tell. Okay, this feels like a path of pain sort of thing, so I'm gonna hopefully not flub it, except I dashed right into that. Oh, Kiwi, I think I'm probably gonna take a death here if I had to guess. This feels like a thing that Jeff would die to, unless they give me some source of HP back. Gotta be careful about jumping into these spikes too. Alright, they're just below our maximum jump height, thankfully. I thought I was gonna get hit by that. Alright, so the... Hello, sacks of HP. Mind if you heal me? Oh, no. I need to take a good couple hits on them. It looks like I heal every 5 hits 1 HP, which is acceptable, I suppose. For a moment, I'm like, how do I get up here? And then I remembered I have a double jump, and I'm... Kiwi, I am sorry. I might be bad at video games, after all. Don't run away, you coward. Have a Sephiroth. Anyway. So what else was announced in the Direct that I was excited about? So this is going to be really weird for me, honestly, because I have never really been super interested in Donkey Kong as a series in any capacity. But not gonna lie, Donkey Kong Bonanza, the final game they like revealed in the Direct, looks fantastic. It was giving me genuine like Mario Odyssey vibes, and that's a good thing. So funny enough, I think I'm pretty excited for that Donkey Kong game. I think it's one I will actually enjoy. Like I've played some Donkey Kong games, but never like to completion or for like the full experience. What have we got here? A little white butterflies giving us a power, perhaps? Or let's see. Once again, a blooming lotus aesthetic from Greece. What does it do for us? I'm curious. Does it do anything for us? It must activate the thing up top, so I think we travel to the left, and this will hopefully bring us back upwards. We lost our pup again in the process of all this, mind you. We'll have to regroup. But there's our way up. Oh, it's a flower. Oh, hello. I definitely can make that jump, but I can't make that jump if I go dashing into things that kill me. Funny enough. There we go. Would love it if that flower healed us. Unfortunately, it does not, and I'm one hit from death yet again. Like, this is the one problem with these, like, black thorns in a black background and foreground aesthetic, is that I can't always easily notice them and recognize them as not part of the background. Like, this is probably, yeah, that's gonna damage me if I'm not careful, so we'll have to make sure I dash through it. One hit and we are dead, and this is getting progressively thicker to cross, so I have to be hopeful that I don't overshoot it. But again, the dash is just so forgiving. The majority of that animation is iframe, so it's pretty forgiving not to get hit there.
Neva?
Neva, are you out here? Neva.
Neva?
Or Neva. I guess it's Neva.
Neva?
I don't know. I've heard people pronounce it Neva. That doesn't mean it's the correct pronunciation, mind you. Alright. Presumably, we will get something from this glowy box now. Press X to activate Totem. Alright, we're gonna King Arthur this. Ooh, that's really cool. Reminds me of the statue from it kind of is reminiscent of. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it flips the terrain. I like that. I like that, and that'll let me kill this thing, which I presume will be some sort of impasse at the in a moment. So let's just clear it out while we can. Maybe it causes an issue higher up. Huh. Can I? No. So I guess we have to hit this gong. But what was the purpose of taking that thing out is really the question. Was it just an option and we used it as like our metaphor for like these guys have been a threat and our enemy, and as far as we know that's the case until proven otherwise? I don't know. I do wonder how they will show us in this game what collectibles we have collected versus not. In Greece, we had the little markers on the central place that we constantly revisit, but this has this game has a notion of constantly moving forward. I'm going to assume that it is safe to land down here. Okay, but we are going to run into something icky soon, I imagine. This is not a happy field of flowers like before. I think the air dash is a little bit faster. There's probably like a little movement tech where you do a short hop dash, short hop dash, short hop dash. Maybe. Oh, look, the flowers are blooming into these white little... Oh, hello, friend. Not friend, not friend. I forget if I mentioned it when we were fighting this thing before, but... Okay, we can fight it now. That's good to know. And its attack is super well telegraphed, so we can easily avoid it, it seems. But it has the antlers that Mama... What did we end up calling her? Mamba had? So I wonder if this is going to end up being some sort of, like, manifestation of Mamba. I hope it doesn't end up being that way. I feel like... Yep, okay. The attacks are surprisingly well telegraphed, so, like... For a game that has combat in it, it seems fairly forgiving. It seems like if we're able to we can get behind it fairly regularly. I'm glad that I actually recognized that I was going to do that, because we had seen its face do that earlier. I'm definitely prone to ignoring the ground attack, though. But I mean, it makes it so easy to dodge that. Just get behind it and it can't do anything. And then we keep attacking the legs and it cripples. Genuinely, like, if you had paid attention to this enemy while it was chasing you before, you would know that it was going to do that thing. Oh, are we going to have a dynamic finish? Oh my goodness, we are. I think it's waiting for... Fascinating. Well, that was absolutely beautiful. Again, I must at least make one visual metaphor out of this sprouting. Finish Summer Part 2, and that is, there is a beauty in death. Like, it's sad, and it's heartbreaking. Oh, we are returning. This is where we started. Okay. So I guess we journey out and try to find these creatures and take them out one at a time, maybe? But, like... I think there is something to be said that we are capable of feeling the emotions that death bring to us when we're coping and dealing with those experiences. I do think Neva's growing up. Look at her. She's so fluffy now. She's so big. Oh, and she can turn invisible. Okay. She is a magic little wolf. I wonder if she'll get as big as Mamba by the end of the game. Hi, look at you. She has kind of a weirdly, like, serpentine dragon face sort of aesthetic to her. Can we feed you are the oranges still over here? Can we feed you them again? Oh no, our orange tree. No, Neva, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Bad girl, bad girl. Oh. Wow, well, that's a, it's not fully corrupted, but it's like a third corrupted. That's interesting. That's good to know. And of course our dog just immediately eats the thing because Well, I can't really judge. I mean, I can definitely judge, but I have the same mindset. I see a thing that looks edible and I eat it without thinking. Kiwi has handed me things and be like, can you hold this for a second? And I just immediately just scarf it down my mouth. And then I like usually gag on it and cough it back up. And why am I talking about this like this is a normal, well-adjusted human behavior? Neva, stop. Don't drink the black tarry water. My gosh. This is why you get colitis. We don't need more colitis around our tree. Maybe that's what the black... Nope, I'm not going down that route. I'm not going to say that maybe that's what the black sludge is. It is not the remnants of colitis. Neva? Neva, where'd you go? Oh, maybe that was what the little... There was a little white sparkly trail that went up ahead. Oh, you can see there's a corpse of a creature. Actually, there are several, so I guess we've been fighting them off over the turn from summer to fall. But you can see there are more and more. I guess if I'm gonna read into this and make metaphors, it's that when someone dies... Oh, Neva did learn how to fight. Look at her. Good girl. Good girl. I guess. But it is... When we die, we do leave something behind, even if it's just the physical our corpse. But we often don't realize it. It's something that only people around us can truly realize in a lot of instances. But we leave a mark on this world, no matter how small. And sometimes it's only in death do the people around us really recognize that we have had an effect on their life, or on their experience, or on their worldview. Neva, you really do like tearing up bodies. Neva, you may want to find a better hobby than ripping up bodies. What are we going to do if we have to introduce you to people? Are you going to be like that to people? Are there even... Actually, that's a good question. Are there even people anymore? Are these the remnants of humanity and we are like the last survivor in a world where things have ended otherwise? I am very glad that our pup does fight alongside us now. That is fun, though, if nothing else. But I do hope she is well trained. Forgive me for doubting, but I have a feeling that properly training your pup in an environment like this might be a little bit difficult. But maybe she only equates smell and sight of these creatures as something that needs to be aggressive towards. Certainly she's very friendly towards us, but that's because we're basically her mom. Nonetheless, I am super happy that we are fighting alongside each other. We'll still inevitably get separated at one time or another, but we can make it work. How much do you want to bet there's going to come a point where these boars are either dead or corrupted and we have to fight them? But we'll see. I don't think these red flowers were here before. Honestly, kind of ominous. Looks like a pool of blood if I didn't know better. Just don't mind the random flying tree parts. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. Another prediction I'm going to make is, see how that mountain in the background kind of has a crack down the center? I wonder if at some point it's going to start spouting out like black corruption. If I recall, this flower field was yellow originally. All right, wow, the terrain has definitely seen better days. I would say. I wonder what happens if I fall down there. Let's not find out, but I imagine it's probably instant death since this game does have an established death mechanic. Jump on walls with white flowers to climb. Okay, cool, new mechanic. And we didn't need to get a power-up, we just have a new established mechanic. I appreciate that. It does look like we can climb down, so I'm curious what's down here. All right. We found a little secret. Perfect. So I was gonna make an argument that maybe like in Greece, there's like no fail state for falling. Like in Greece, there was always something there to catch you if you fell. But I think that was more of the metaphor that the story was going for rather than a mechanic in this case. This one feels more mechanical, and it doesn't actually look like there is a fail-safe state down there. It looks like we just found a secret because I was observant enough to notice the wall had some flowers upon it. Well, if I do ever end up aiming for 100% completion, I will certainly try and I will certainly appreciate what things I have obtained in this process. Are they just dead if they fall down the ground? Down? Looks like they are. They don't seem to be coming back. I guess one thing worth noting is the white flowers are what let us allow us to climb, but I also noticed earlier that when we kill these enemies, they drop white flowers. Like, here are some white flowers. I wonder if that's the corpse of one of those enemies at some point. This feels like something that might warrant a little exploration. Let's see what's around this side. See, I found another secret because I noticed some white flowers, so I have to be very careful. I have to, thankfully, because this game definitely seems to err on the darker hues, so white pops out very well, surprisingly, but I still feel like it's easily gone on. Oh, I didn't see you there. I feel like white can easily go unnoticed if I'm not paying attention. It is weird though, these enemies are like kind of just casually sitting around and not doing anything, so why? So are they completely a threat, or are they just the notion of a threat that we are dealing with kind of, we don't want to see? There is no real reward for killing these things other than healing, which is the one downside to Neva knocking all of them off the cliff. I can't exactly heal off them if they're dead. But this is kind of funny. Oh my goodness, Neva, you are a brutal girl. You are brutal. Well,
Neva.
like, all right, Neva, put down the toy. We gotta keep moving. Oh, does Neva's owl heal us? Oh, look at her. She's got a double jump too now, except she creates little air platforms. Excellent. It is interesting to see that the world that's flying around us is progressively getting destroyed. All right, I don't think there's any way around that. Actually, maybe I could have made it if I had like dash jumped. Oh, I see. That's why it is the way it is. Now we can use those flowers. All right. There is something really fun about a dynamically evolving platforming experience where like the world around you is changing, and it's not like on cycle platforms. It's diegetic, I guess would be the way I would describe it. Like how sometimes with video game music, when you go underwater, for example, the music becomes, they reduce the lower or the higher frequencies and make it kind of sound dampened in the audio. If you could do that somehow with platforms, where platforms become, well, change as you interact with them, and certainly games have done it, but I imagine it's kind of tricky because there's a degree of, you need to make sure that things flow well and are consistent. If you don't, then you run the risk of the gameplay feeling kind of unwieldy and just not, the flow of the gameplay could be roughened up, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. But certainly, if nothing else, I'm getting the sense that things around us are breaking apart and falling to pieces. What that means for us is yet to be seen. I wonder if these also serve as little checkpoints. I think we respawned at one when we died the last time, but no, actually we respawned right at the interaction with that big angry thing. Hey guys, you look like you're just chilling. You sound like you're less chilling. Oh, what? Oh, I don't like this. Oh, that's a little unsettling. Oh no. Ooh, that wasn't good for our pup. This definitely feels fairly rewarding to combat with, though, I will say. Alright, good to know that we have a face sludge attack. Try and get my 5th hit in so that I can heal. Anyway, so, I mean, I will maintain that this game will inevitably make me think about Hollow Knight because of how it plays. And is anyone else excited for Silksong? I feel like everyone else is excited for Silksong. I certainly got lucky that my first experience with Hollow Knight was like a year ago with this channel, actually, because my goodness, having such... Hollow Knight is easily one of my favorite games of all time now, and to consider the notion of having to wait for its direct sequel to come out as long as people have, without any like real, like knowing that it's coming, but not having any real evidence of it beyond that, must have been really rough. I mean, I think my closest equivalent to that would have been Pikmin 4. I was waiting forever for Pikmin 4 to both be announced and be released, and then it kind of happened within the span of a year, and it was great. So Neva seemed to want to go to the left, but I'm going to the right rather, but I'm going to the left. Is there, I don't know. Maybe I check what's to the right first. It feels like these could be just two diverging paths, or they could lead to some sort of secret. I don't know which is the correct direction. I'll try and avoid anything that makes me like lock in, like going to falling down. Okay, we've got another interactable sort of setting, so maybe we probably have to go both directions then. Okay, fair enough. Well, we may as well lock into going to the right since we're already halfway there. All right. Oh dear. I guess the real question is this legitimately the way to go, or should I backtrack? Because this feels like a path of no return. It certainly feels like we're going forward. I'm gonna go interact with that building a little bit more. Kiwi, I'll fast forward so you don't have to watch me backtrack all the way there. Well, Kiwi, regrettably, I cannot actually backtrack. I have messed up. So we're just gonna have to move forward with the story and acknowledge the fact that when I go back to complete this game, inevitably I will have, if I go back and complete this game, I'll have to go back to that section. Oh well. Well, if nothing else, this is very pretty. It's not quite hitting the feeling that the 5th chapter of Greece hit for me, but it still looks beautiful. The music sounds fantastic. Oh dear. Sorry, I thought Neva was gonna go and attack this thing, but oh, flying enemies, not fun. Hopefully I can get at least a good, okay, it's 6, I might have miscounted. It looks like it's 6 hits that heals us in HP. I do also want to acknowledge the fact that it appears that when we take damage from these corrupted enemies, we do actually turn black briefly, so it shows evidence that we and ourselves are being corrupted, which certainly makes sense given the fact that when we died, we became black and tarry and covered in flowers. I do, again, appreciate, oh. Okay, good. The fail state of falling is only 1 damage, thankfully. At least we have established that now, so I don't feel as worried when I inevitably flub a jump again, because we've certainly established well enough that Jeff is kind of trash at platformers sometimes. Case in point. Unfortunately well-timed case in point. There was definitely something to the left, though. Okay, that's not my fault. An enemy spawned in as I was trying to go down. Unfortunate. At least the fail state here of death was actually not actually that punished. Would you kindly just come within range of an attack? Thank you. Not a fan that enemies get super armor when attacking, or that we can have this many. Neva, are you doing something? Oh, Neva, yeah, go for him. Get him, girl, get him. I'm not a fan of these flying enemies, I will say. They're a little troublesome with their super armor and their ability to just kind of outposition us. I don't think I can go back down. Oh my goodness. So I assumed that I could go back. I have once again been proven mistaken. So unfortunately, there's another potential thing that we could have interacted with that sadly we will have to leave behind. Well, the game is establishing something that I didn't know. Like, the game never taught me that rule in my defense. And now that I have it, I'll be sure to be a little bit more mindful about picking directions and which way to go. It's so hard with these sorts of games to know what is the correct path and what is like secret hidden bonus area, you know? Because they have certainly established the notion of going to the left can reward you. Sometimes it's necessary to unlock things. So I can only blame my lack of observation skills so much. Oh good, 2 flying enemies. Try and get my 6 hits in before the next attack comes through because I do not want to take the damage. I wonder if Neva's hits count as like 1 damage from us. These things die in, I think, 9 hits, about? Yeah, it looks about 9. Which means we can heal about 1.5 HP bars. There's gonna be a lot of this, Kiwi. It feels, I'm taking back what I said. I might not be so great after all. Not that I really claim to be great to begin with, but you know what I mean. All right. We're probably coming up on an episode soon. I don't think I spent too much time backtracking, so I'll probably call it an episode after I somehow manage to beat this fight and see whatever happens after the result of it. Probably what I need to do is just be a little less aggressive. Talking about Bloodborne, we certainly know that I favor being aggressive in games, but that doesn't mean I am always rewarded for that sort of mentality. Trying to wait for their attack so I can properly contend with it. Their wing flaps are easy enough to deal with as long as I'm not nearby, but their AoEs are a little bit hard to deal with if I'm contending with. Oh, no. Okay, whew, saved it. I thought I was gonna get hit there. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm like 1 hit from death. Well, I am 1 hit from death. Saved it. Okay, we're good. So apparently it's ground attack, the AoE ground attack that it can do. Can spawn anywhere I am standing. It's not limited to... It's not limited to the platform I was on, and that got me to take a hit, unfortunately. Oh, you know what? Maybe we are backtracking after all, because there's a one of the 2 things to interact with that platform. Can I go down? Neva says go this way. I'm gonna follow Neva. There we go. And here's the little white flower path that I saw before. So I guess, you know what? Maybe I'm not punished after all. Huh. So I don't know if I should read into this one way or another, but at least we have a nice, easy way back down. Cool. All right, Kiwi. Well then, why don't we call it an episode? Also, just a quick note. What was it? Duskblood looks like Bloodborne 2. It's legally distinct Bloodborne 2, and I am so excited. Also, there was like a metallic jetpack that you can fly with. Like, what the heck? Of all the FromSoft games that I have played, which is Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Bloodborne has been my favorite by far. Like I said, I really prefer a system that entices you to be aggressive in your combat, and I much prefer dodge-based combat to like parry-focused and shield-based combat. But anyway, Kiwi, with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and in the next one, more adventures with Dog, and little red samurai hood, Afro Samurai, Red Riding Hood edition. Kiwi, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care now.